Welcome back to our channel. Today's story is going to blow your mind. Just when fans thought they had it all figured out, a shocking twist has rocked the K-pop and K-drama world. The one and only Sandara Park has reportedly secretly married a wealthy Singaporean businessman. And no, it's not Jung Il-Woo, despite months of swirling rumors. In this video, we're diving deep into the untold love story, the secret wedding, the man behind the mystery, and what this means for Jung Il-Woo and Dara's long-rumored connection. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates on the biggest celebrity news across Asia. Let's get into it. In a turn of events no one saw coming, one of South Korea's most iconic celebrities has just rewritten her own love story, and it's nothing like what fans had imagined. Sandara Park, the enigmatic star adored across Asia, is now officially a married woman. But the true shock lies not in the marriage itself, but in the identity of the groom. It's not Jung Il-Woo, the Korean actor with whom she was long rumored to be romantically linked. Instead, Sandara has quietly tied the knot with a wealthy Singaporean businessman, far removed from the glitz and chaos of the Korean entertainment industry. The news came like a thunderclap. For months, speculation had been growing about Sandara and Jung Il-Woo's increasingly close bond. Their chemistry during public appearances, their synchronized vacations, their playful banter in interviews. Everything seemed to point toward a budding romance. Fans had connected every dot, convinced that the fairy tale ending was inevitable. But while the public was consumed by fantasy, Sandara was living a very different reality. Far from the prying eyes of reporters and fans, she had been building a deeply private relationship with a man almost no one knew about, a discreet, successful entrepreneur based in Singapore. Their love story began in 2022 at a charity gala where the businessman was introduced to Sandara through mutual acquaintances. Sparks flew, but unlike her publicized friendships, this connection was carefully shielded from the spotlight. According to close sources, they bonded over shared values: humility, privacy, emotional intelligence. He admired her not as a celebrity, but as a woman who had navigated fame with rare grace. She was drawn to his grounded nature, the way he treated everyone around him with quiet dignity. Their dates were never in the limelight. Instead, they spent time together in Bali, Phuket, and private villas tucked away from flashing cameras. There were no red carpets, no headlines, only whispered promises and stolen moments. Their decision to marry was made months ago, but the preparations were handled with near military precision. The ceremony took place in an ultra-private resort in the Maldives. Only immediate family and 5 close friends were in attendance. No photos were leaked, no press was invited, there was no hashtag, no press release, no carefully curated Instagram post. It was, by all accounts, a moment that belonged entirely to them. This revelation stands in contrast to the narrative the public had embraced. Fans of the supposed Dara Il-Woo pairing had practically written fan fiction based on the duo's visible camaraderie. From matching outfits to overlapping social schedules, the evidence seemed overwhelming. But sometimes what feels obvious is nothing more than coincidence. A representative from Jung Il-Woo's agency has now confirmed that while the actor and Sandara are indeed longtime friends, their relationship has never crossed the boundary into romance. It's a tough pill to swallow for fans who had emotionally invested in the illusion of a love story. But it also brings into focus a deeper truth. Sandara Park has always been one step ahead of the public. She's always held something back, not out of manipulation, but out of a deep understanding that real life doesn't belong to the proud. In a world where celebrity relationships are often flaunted for attention or career advantage, Sandara chose the opposite route. She built a love that didn't require applause, a relationship that wasn't validated by clicks or headlines. For someone who has lived half her life under intense scrutiny, this may have been the only way she could love freely, behind closed doors, without expectation, without performance. Reactions online have been intense. Some fans expressed devastation, others confusion, but many responded with admiration. The prevailing sentiment seems to be one of awe, that Sandara could maintain a high-profile career while keeping the most important part of her life completely hidden. It's a testament to her discipline, her loyalty, and her ability to draw a sharp line between public image and personal truth. There's also curiosity. Who exactly is this man who captured her heart? What kind of person wins over a woman who could have had anyone in the entertainment world? Thus far, his identity remains closely guarded. All that is known is that he is in his early 40s, operates several successful ventures in Southeast Asia, and has deliberately stayed away from the media frenzy. He is described by insiders as intelligent, respectful, deeply private, and most importantly, someone who makes Sandara laugh. The silence from Sandara herself only deepens the intrigue. She has not issued any statement. Her agency, when approached, declined to comment. Jung Il-Woo, too, has remained quiet, offering no insight or reaction. This silence is not of denial. It is the silence of someone who doesn't feel the need to explain herself anymore. Sandara Park has earned that right. For years, she has danced between cultures, between industries, and between expectations. From her rise in the Philippines to her second debut in Korea with 21, from the heartbreak she endured in silence to her graceful evolution into a solo artist and actress, she has always defied the roles people wanted her to cast her in. And now in love, she has done the same. She did not marry another idol. She did not fall for a movie star. She fell in love with someone the world hadn't predicted, someone who doesn't fit the celebrity mold, someone who perhaps, precisely because of his normalcy, offered her something no superstar ever could: peace. There is no fairy tale ending here, no magazine cover story, no exclusive interview. Just a woman who made a decision for herself, away from the noise, and a man who chose to protect her from it. In a world hungry for spectacle, Sandara Park chose sincerity. It is in many ways the most radical of act of all. And as the world processes this revelation, one thing becomes clear. This isn't the end of a love story people had hoped for. It's the beginning of one they never saw coming. A story not made for headlines, but for quiet Sunday mornings, not written in the stars, but in handwritten notes and long unrecorded conversations. While many may mourn the fantasy, others will recognize the courage it takes to choose authenticity over popularity, to build a love that needs no validation, to live a truth that requires no announcement. Sandara Park has done what few celebrities dare to do. She's drawn the curtain, not for drama, but for peace. She didn't need the world to see her wedding to make it real. It was real the moment she said yes. Congratulations, Sandara Park. You have always belonged to yourself. Now you belong to someone who truly sees you. And that is more powerful than any headline. But as the dust begins to settle, the world is now left with one pressing question: what's next for Sandara Park? The answer, it seems, lies not in a new drama or a comeback, but in a deliberate shift in priorities. According to sources close to the star, Sandara has begun turning down several high-profile projects in both Korea and the Philippines, not out of fatigue or lack of interest, but because she's entering a new chapter in life, one where personal happiness comes before professional pressure. Insiders reveal that they plan to split their time between Seoul and Singapore, with occasional stays in Europe. A villa in Tuscany has reportedly been purchased under his name last year, long before the wedding, suggesting that this marriage was no impulsive decision. It had been in the making for quite some time, away from flashing cameras and viral hashtags. Yet the world continues to react in waves. Entertainment media in South Korea, long accustomed to dissecting every move of celebrity couples, find themselves at a loss. Without official confirmation, without a single wedding photo, they are left chasing shadows. Some